So practically, you're going to be examined on 4 areas. That is a word processor and spreadsheet, database, and presentation. Desktop publisher, you're not going to be examined in practical section, but is going to be examined in a theory section. So it's good that you note that. So when you're doing your revision, please check that you also include desktop publishing in your theory studies. But practically, you're going to be examined that we have task one. Task one is always word processor. Task two is always Excel, that is a spreadsheet. Task three is usually database, that is in form of MS Access, and that was our last topic before we separated the other time you are here for physical meeting. And then task 4 is usually the PowerPoint, MS PowerPoint, for the sake of presentation. So today we are going to begin looking into the a practical paper that is a CA1 practical paper. Paper 2 is usually paper 2, so the other one is paper 1. Theory is paper 1, and then practical is paper 2. In when you come back on January for your next examination, you realize that mostly the theory paper are put in the very first week of or maybe the second week, depending on the duration of the examination. But what I'm trying to say is that the theory comes before, and then practical comes in the last week. That is paper 2. Now, paper 2, that is practical, takes 1 hour only. 1 hour. 1 hour. And these are the instructions to the candidates. I want to read them because I know some of us have never interacted with the past papers. So it's my duty to take you through the instructions to the candidate. I have a case here, CA1, November 2019. So this is the paper that was recently done, apart from the papers that were done during the during the when was the NEC during the last NEC papers. There was a practical paper, but this is the most recent in terms of before Corona, so November 2019. Now, these are the instructions to the candidate. You have instruction number 1 is that you have 10 minutes to read through the instructions and the paper before starting the examination. So every time you be given this paper, you know that you have 10 minutes before you start. Make sure that you read it through the questions. You cannot read everything to the details, including question 1, A, B, C, reading word by word and looking at the way marks have been awarded. You may not do that, but it's just skimming through to see actually all the questions are there, all the tasks are there. And also, if you are able to, if you skim through, you're able to see, now I'm going to choose this task or the other. So those are 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and also 10 minutes includes you are preparing your working area, that is your desktop, making sure that everything is working. Maybe make sure that there is nothing that was left out when the lab technician was preparing for the lab. Also making sure that you have all the programs in the computer. If you have chosen to do the Word, MS Word on PowerPoint, make sure that you have all those programs. Now, number 2, any problem with the computer should be reported to the invigilator immediately. If you see any challenge, report to the invigilator immediately so that you can be helped, because you have only 1 hour and time is not extended. So number 3, direct any questions to the invigilator only. Conversing with the fellow students may lead to disqualification. This is one of the gray area for all of us. You need to be aware that every time you have a question, please ask the invigilator or the supervisor. They will be able to help you. Avoid asking your friend. Of course, apart from being disqualified, the other thing is that if you ask yourself, you are disturbing. If you ask your neighbor, you are disturbing your neighbor. So you make your neighbor to lose concentration. So, and also, if you are asking your neighbor may not be knowing, and it's going to confuse you more. So it's always good to ask the supervisor, especially the supervisor. Then the other one is write your name and index number on the answer folder and on the answer folder and the diskette. So wakati hiyo tuta demonstrate, I'm going to demonstrate that, but wakati utamaliza kazi yako, you're going to burn your work into your disk. So please, kwa hiyo disk juu yake, no, the unreadable part, no, the disk has two sides. One ni ile ambayo ni shiny, ambayo where you write your work, and then there is the back. Andika hapo kwa back, usiandike huko mbele, back. Then kwa folder, I'll show you how to write your name and index number on your folder, on the answer folder. Then the other one is type your name and index number as a header on each sheet used. So kila kazi unaandika, I've taught you how to do the header and the footer. So kwa footer, make sure, kwa header, always make sure that you have your name and index number. Then the other one is perform two tasks. You perform two tasks. There are always 4 tasks. We have mentioned that. So you choose any two. Then each task carries 20 marks. So if you take any 2 tasks, you are going to have 20 times 2, that is 40 marks. Now I told you that a practical is 40 marks. So add 40 now to 60 marks for theory. That gives you a total of 100 for neck. So, and of course, they know how they compute the neck examination plus your coursework. So, but for the neck, the whole paper 1 and 2 carries 100 marks. So practical 40 marks, theory 60 marks. The other one is read the instruction of each task carefully. Always make sure that you read carefully. I think that is self-explanatory. Then there is another one, print on one side of the paper only. So usi print at back to back, you print one page only. So and for each task, use a fresh sheet of paper. Okay, then hand over your printout and CD to the invigilator, that is okay. Then candidate should answer the questions in English. Tafadhali tusijibu maswali kupitia Kiswahili. Hapa tutaweza soma tukichanganya, lakini kwa exam utumie Kiingereza. So we are going to begin. We're going to begin. I have a paper here. We are going to begin, and we are going to do task 1 for today. So if you're supposed to do 2 tasks, then it means each task should take at least at most 30 minutes, because you have 2 tasks and you have 1 hour. So kila swali 30 minutes. Mimi huwa nasema kufanya swali moja na dakika 25 minutes. 25 minutes, so that you can be able to go through your work again and proofread. So leo tuta demonstrate how you do task 1, but there are specific instructions to a candidate before task 1. Create a folder called neck exam on the desktop to store all the work done in the paper. Then the other one, ensure that the folder name neck exam and all its content are burnt into the relatable CD at the end of the examination. So I'm going to share my screen, and you're going to see what I'm doing. So you've seen what I've done.
Yeah.
Did you see what did I do on my desktop?
Yeah, you went on a desktop and you created a folder and named it your name.
Yes, I went to my desktop. I created a folder called neck exam folder. Then I created another one called Peter. Peter, that's my name. So what I'm going to do, I'll be saving my work in next exam folder, and then after all the tasks are done, I'm going to transfer that next exam folder and put it into the folder that has been called by my name. That's what I have done. So students, keep following me. I'm now going to task 1. So this is next exam, and this is a Peter Mwangi folder, and it has my proposed maybe admission number. Okay, then I'm going to open that next exam folder, and I'm going to create. I'm doing task 1, so that means it is a word processor question, and the question reads: open a word processing program and key in the following text as it appears. Save the document. Save the document as task 1A in the next exam folder to print out later. So now here, this the question is task 1A. And the question reads: open a word processing program. I have just done that, and key in the following text as it appears. Save the document as a task 1A, and in the next exam folder to print out later. That is 10 marks. Now, I did that, so because I don't have the photo of a question and you don't have a copy yourself, so I'm just going to take a work that I did before. I want to do this as normal. Takurudisha hapo. Nitaeleza vile nimeweka hii. So can you be able to see?
No.
Yes,
Yes, they're visible now.
Yes.
Okay. So let's continue with our work. So we have business plan, fancy food, limited, PO box. Okay, all of them are centered, center aligned. Then we have here December 1, 2017. Then we have the first one here as a executive summary. Nataka kutoa hii. So there we are. Now I want to go to the questions, but before I go to the questions, I want to explain how I did this. So that's how it's supposed to be. Then hii inafaa kuinsert hapa, lakini nikileta hivyo sorry, nikileta hivyo ni first restaurant opened in, nataka kuifuta. So what you do is that you insert a text box. A text box inakaa hivyo, you resize it according to your need. Then ilikuwa imeandikwa first restaurant. Opened in Mombasa. Let me reduce the font size. So first restaurant opened in Mombasa. So iko hivyo, then kidrag hapa utaona nini itafanyika, itaziba hiyo maneno. So what you do is that you go to word wrap. Word wrap. This is a text wrap. You apply. First of all, you have to click on this text box. Then you apply word wrap. Nataka iwe square. Kiwa hivyo ndio ita replace hiyo maandishi, lakini haita replace, itasongesha mbele. So that's how you do it. Now the other one is a N. Hii inaitwa drop cap. So inafaa kuwa hivyo. I want to remove the so ilikuwa hivyo kuanzia mwanzo Nancy. So what you do is that you highlight it and then do the drop cap. So dropped like that. Then this was not listed, and na hii haikuwa tume strike, so una highlight, unaenda kwa listing, unaweka ile ambayo iko kwa karatasi, then cinnamon has been striked through, na strike hivyo. So the first question inasema ya kwamba apply heading style header 1. Heading style header 1 left aligned to the following text. Number 1, executive summary. So tuna apply heading header 1 here, this one, and we have to left align. This is left align to the following text. Number 1, executive summary. Executive summary iko hapa, so I highlight, then nifinye control, niende. The next one is a table of content. The other one is background and history. The other one is description and of products. Now go to the other one, which is a competition. The other one is marketing strategies. The other one is financial projections. And lastly, appendix. Appendix iko hapa. So nita apply heading header 1 na ni left align. Already they are left align. So then I click save. The other question, insert a table of content one line below the heading that is called table of content. So table of content iko hapa. Table of content ndio hii. Sasa ninaulizwa niweke table of content hapa one line below. So for you to put a table of content, you really need to know what is going to appear in the table of content. Table of content, you have to design it, then you can insert it automatically. So ninataka hii kwe 1.0. You can choose your numbering. Then the other one is 2.0. Sorry, 2.0. Then the other one would be 3.0. The other one would be, this is what I want to appear in my table of content, 4.0. Then I want the other one to be 5.0. Then the other one is a 6.0. 6.0. Okay. Then the other one is 7.0. Then nitaenda hapa chini ya table of content niweke space, alafu nikuje references, kuna table of content. Sasa nikiweka hiyo drop down list aniletea different designs. Sasa wacha nichague ya kwanza and then utaona ya kwamba imeshakuja. So table of content iko hapo, iko na hizo vitu zote. So inanionyesha background and history iko page 1, description of products iko page 1, competition iko page 2, marketing iko page 2, financial projection page 2, appendix page 2, and that's how it is supposed to be. Then I save. So the other question is, in fact, applying heading style header 1, hizo zote ambazo tumehighlight tuka-apply header 1 and left align, hiyo yote ni 1 mark. But you see, is something that should take you around 3 seconds or 5. Then the one is insert a table of content 1 line below. Hiyo tumefanya na ni 1 mark. Then save changes to print out later. Hiyo nimefanya na ni 1 mark. So how do you print? You go to click file. You click file. This is nice. Kuna wengine wanawekanga control pills. It's okay. It's okay until you are sure that all the drivers are there and you are sure which printer you're going to use. But if you are not sure, you go to print. You can preview here. You can see page 1 and page 2. You can preview there, and then you can click print. Good. Now that is our task 1A. I want to go to B. B nasema I want to read. Please, I want to read. So be careful. I want to read. Insert a table of content 1 line below the heading. That is not B. B nasema open a word processing program and create the following document as it appears. Save the document as task 1B-1 or _1 template in the next exam folder to print out later. So nitaenda kwa folder yangu ambayo inaitwa neck, ni create hiyo, nimecreate hivyo. Sasa hiyo inaitwa task 1B _1 na nikifungua hivyo so hope we are still together.
Yes.
Thank you. Now sasa nilikuwa nimetype hiyo kitu, so hakuna haja ya kutype tena. Wacha ni copy paste. Just a moment. So nilikuwa nimesha type. Good. Inakaa hivyo sasa. Hiyo swali inakaa hivyo. Inasema utype vile inakaa. That's how inakaa. Jina haiko. You can now start guessing what this question is all about. It's actually mail merging. Now, inakaa hivyo. So, to dear sir, Fancy Food Limited business plan. I am pleased, blah, blah, blah. I have not typed all the words, but the question says, I'm pleased to introduce to you Fancy Foods Limited, the most respected fast foods business in Mombasa. Find attached the detailed business plan for your review and further discussion as agreed during our last meeting. Yours faithfully. So huyu ni mtu anataka kutumia watu kadhaa barua. So sija type hiyo maneno yote, but kuna yours faithfully pale chini na kuna mwandishi ambaye who is a sender, Michael Brown, the executive director. This one is bold. So I click save. So then if I do that, the question is just 2 marks. So I save. I've saved that. So you can see I have 2 files. Then I'm going to go to the other question. It says create data source with the following information and save the document as task 1B2 in the next exam folder. So task 1 B underscore 2 underscore 2. So this is my data source now. Okay, wacha nifungue. Hapa inakaa hivi. This one is easy to create. So it's a 1, 2, 3. It's a table of 2 columns and 4 rows. So we have title there. And I have name.
Excuse?
Yes.
We cannot access the screen, the shared screen.
Let me share.
You're no longer presenting.
Okay. It's okay. I'm going to share. Hiyo sasa.
Yeah, you can see it now.
Now nimefanya hivi. Tumefanya task 1A, si ndio tumemaliza? Task 1B1. Hiyo ni barua. Sasa nimecreate ingine ambayo inasema create a data source with the following information and save the document as task 1B2 in the next exam folder. That's what I have done. Now nimeifungua hivyo, nataka kutype kile ambacho kiko hapo ndani. The first one is Mrs. name is Nancy Brown. Okay, then the other one is Mr. who? Mr. Paul Smith. The other one is Mr. Peter. Peter Great. Save. So you can all see that I have done the saving. So I have three files. One, need a document type ya kwanza iko na table of contents. Kuna ya pili ni barua, ya tatu ni data source, yani ni majina ya title and name. Now nikisha type 1B2, hiyo ya mwisho, hiyo ni 2 marks. So those are now 17 marks already. I have 17 marks already. Then the second last question is merge the data source to task 1B1. Merge this data source to this. Yeah. So nitafungua hiyo barua na hiyo data source ni merge. So wacha nifungue. Hiyo nimefungua. So hii barua yangu haina recipient 2, haina, lakini recipient itazitoa kwa data source. Okay, so that's what I want to do. So there are many ways of doing the merging. Let me see whether I'm sharing the right thing. Sharing now. This is what I'm sharing. Good. Now it's there now. Good. Now we are saying that this barua does not have a recipient, so nitataka kuweka hizo recipients na niko na watu watatu. Watu watatu ni easy type, lakini kama ni wengi you do mail merging. So hii barua nitaitumia wale watu ambao nimetype hapo kwa hiyo ka document nimeita data source. So you go to mailings, you see you can do the envelopes, labels. We are not going to do that today. You can do step by step mail mergings wizard. Hiyo ni kama unataka kutype, lakini niko na data source already. Sinifanya hivi, select use existing list. You see, I don't want to type a new list. I want to use existing list because I have it. I don't want to select from the Outlook contacts. I don't have the contacts in my laptop. So I have to use the existing list. Nimeclick here, you are going to see vitu nyingi zitaanza kuwa sorry, not that way. So use an existing list. Existing list nimeisave kwa desktop, nimeisave kwa folder inaitwa neck exam folder, ndio hiyo, na ni hii ya mwisho. So open, unaweza double click ama just click one time and then open. So nime open. So what you should be able to see is that all other functionalities have become active. Kama address block, la greeting line, insert merge fields, rules match fields, navigation ya navigation imekuwa active, auto check for errors, then finish merge zimekuwa active. Mimi sitaki kwenda hii address block, greeting line, mimi nataka kwenda insert merge. So mimi nataka kuweka tu kwa sababu niko na greeting line na niko na address block I don't need so much. So I just want to design my own. So you see, so I have title and name. Zile ambazo niko nazo kwa data source. Nilitype title and name. Now, ninataka iapia hapa na nianze na title. Nitaanza na title, ndio hiyo nimeiweka hivyo. Then niweke space kwa sababu sitaki title na jina zishikane. Then niweke the second one ni name. Nimeweka name na nataka kuweka full stop, so nitaweka full stop hivyo. Then preview, let me preview. You see, the first one is to Mrs. Nancy Brown. The second person will be the second person is to Mr. Paul Smith. The other one will be the third one, of course, Mr. Peter Great. You can see it's very nice. So hizi navigation is the first one is going backward, and then the other one is going forward, one after the other. Hii ingine ambayo ni ya mwisho ni ya kuona the last record, na hii ingine ni ya first record. Now let me finish merging. Finish merging. If I click finish merging, niko na drop down list of functionalities. One is edit individual documents, the other one is print documents, send email messages. I don't want to send email messages. Print document, I can print, but let me see edit individual documents. Documents. Nikiclick individual edit individual documents, inaniambia merge to new document, merge records all current from 2. I just want all of them. Sitaki from 1 to 2, mimi nataka 1 to 3, so all of them. So okay, you see what happens is that the first barua ni ya to Mrs. Nancy Brown. The second one inaenda next page. Next page to Mr. Paul Smith. The other one will go to Mr. Peter Great. So I have finished. Now I just need to save, na nitaisave kama merged. Let me just call it merged. Where wacha niweke kwa desktop, kwa hiyo folder yangu. Hiyo folder yangu inaitwa neck, then ni save hapo. Good. Now sasa uko na kila kitu hapo. Save. So I have stopped now presenting. Now we are talking face to face. So I have now 3 documents. Niko na ile document ilikuwa na document ambayo ilikuwa na table of content, niko na document ambayo iko na barua, niko na document ambayo iko na data source. Najua hauwezi ukakumbuka, the first one was task A1, the other one is task 1B1, so I don't want to call them that way. Then the last question is save the merged document as task 1C. Okay, mimi nimeita merged, but kumbe hapa the last question is a task 1C is okay, but you need to also take care when you are doing the examination. Now save the merged document as task 1C in the next exam folder to print out later. So hiyo hapa ukiangalia kwa hii swali, wakati unaenda kwa printing lazima uangalie ni what are you going to print. Kwa mfano hii swali task 1 imesema ile document ambayo ilikuwa na table of content ilikuwa imeandikwa save changes to print out later, so that means you are going to print that document. Ya pili ambayo iko na barua you are not printing. Then the last thing that you need to print from that question is save merge document as task 1 in a next exam folder and to print out later. So you are going to print that merge document. So let me share again my my window so that you can see what I'm going to what I want to do. So share window. So now this folder yangu iko na hizo files nne. So hii ndio nitafungua, hii merged nitaifungua. Sasa hii ndio nitaprint, na kwa sababu ni letters 3 itatoka 3 pages. Let me stop sharing, then share the screen. I want to share the screen so that you can see what I'm going to do. So I have NEC exam folder na folder ingine ambayo inaitwa kwa jina langu na index number. So vile nitafanya, nitadrag hii NEC exam folder niweke kwa hiyo folder ambayo iko na jina yangu. So you can see finally I have Peter Mwangi folder. Nikifungua iko na sub folder inaitwa NEC exam folder. Ndio hiyo. Nikifungua NEC exam folder niko na hizo files zangu. So that's the end of task 1. That's the end of task 1. Now let me stop sharing. Good. Now I'm imagining that you have done task 1 and maybe you're going to do task 2 ama umelemewa umefanya task 1. So na exam imeisha. So what you're going to do, you burn your work into your disk or to your disk. That's what you're going to do. And after you label your disk. So that's how you do mail merging. So today I wanted us to know what are the instructions to the candidate, how the marks are distributed, and then how do you do mail merging. So those were my objectives before I started the class. What are the instructions to the candidates? You have to know all about time and marks distribution. So tumeona instruction, 1 hour, 2 tasks. Then we have learned another thing, practical 40 marks, 2 questions, 1 question 20 marks, multiplied by 240, theory 60. Then also we have learned about mail merging. So we are going to end our class at that point. I would like to hear some comments from you.
Okay, so like nilikuwa nauliza.
Yes.
Nilikuwa nauliza like your list uliandikaje kwa hiyo document? Kumerge kuna different types ya kumerge na I think naweza zikumbuka. Basi sasa jinsi ya kuandika hiyo list ndio kuje uitafute kwa existing list. Like kama unaweza present hiyo document tuone venye inakaa, like venye umeandika hizo list nzima tu.
Okay. So Fanuel, here it is. Nilitype kwa Word document. Can you be able to see it, Fanuel?
Yeah.
Yeah, nilitype hapo nikaisave kwa folder.
Okay.
Just that.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, kama hakuna mtu mwingine naona tufunge. Great. So thank you for attending the class. I wish you all the best as you do your personal study and prepare for the examination. And also I wish to also keep saying that please take care of yourself and keep yourself safe. And now because we are outside there, we are vulnerable and we are at risk, all of us. So kindly make sure that you take care of yourself. The corona is real and the virus is actually real. So tafadhali tujichunge.
Thank you.
Good day.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Excuse me sir.
Yes.
Kuna mtu anashare screen yake hapa hivi. Huyu mtu mwenye anaitwa Sydney nani?
Okay.
Sydney Karina ameshare screen na kila msetu tunaona text hapa hivi please.
Sasa tunaona text bana.
So let me take care of that.
Yeah, mtoe hapo hivyo. Watu